Hello, all, and welcome to another Link to the Past Randomizer Go Mode podcast mentor tourney without a mentor race today. We've got sozsozsoz versus Hubb, and I'm joined in the commentator's booth by Zeke Highwind. How are you doing, Zeke?
Doing well, thanks, Antissim. And I'm excited for this race. What about you?
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. We got Ambrosia again, last week of Ambrosia. So standard items, boss drops an item each time. Should be fun. And we should be getting underway real soon here.
Boots hint on Uncle, I believe, too, correct?
Of course. And as I learned yesterday, Dark World means it can also be Dark Death Mountain in my race. I was under the impression that Dark Death Mountain was separate. Turns out it is not.
I've had that happen on the ladder before, so
Yeah,
we should be getting
fun.
started here soon. So everybody be excited.
All right, so chat, for next week, we're going to transition over to just open mode. Cross keys might be a little hefty for the mentor tournament, at least for me, for sure. All right, here we go in 10 seconds, and we are off.
It looks like a standard Dark World for our boots.
All right, yep. So there's quite a few different areas that it could be. And we're starting
I believe
off
that does exclude Death Mountain, like you said.
No, so if it just says Dark World, it can be Dark Death Mountain.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I found out yesterday.
That's good to know.
Yep. Because I cleared out everything in that area, and hey, no, I was like, where are my boots? They were just no truck case, so. All right, so far, 20 rupees and a piece of heart.
More exciting here is we've got Yoshi versus Psyduck.
Yeah, that we do. All right, coming into the escape sequence now. Yeah, another unique thing, as our Restreamer today is chatting about, is the palette swap on Hubb. You don't really see that very often. So I will be seeing different colors throughout Hyrule today. So far, the castle not really having anything.
No, it is not. But that just means we'll find something fun later.
Of course.
Right?
Of course. And it doesn't look like our guards are in the bomb prize pack, as we did get some arrow drops, I thought I saw.
I believe I saw arrows.
Yep, so we'll have to wait for the rats before seeing if we get any bombs for the back of escape.
Where the fun begins is when we get out of the castle and we can see what routing decisions get made. The Ambrosia route is pretty set in the beginning.
That it is, and we get bombs and sell the cell, so
that is
a little bailed out
excellent
there.
Thing to see.
Don't have to worry about killing any extra rats or anything. So also, shout out to our lovely tracker, SpamMusubi, today. Will be helping us, keeping us on track, so that'll be awesome. So both runners are doing pretty good out of escape. Soz, I think, has a little bit of advantage. It had a little bit cleaner execution so far.
The guards can be very in the way.
That's very true.
Especially when you're just leaving Zelda's cell and have to go through the pillar maze in the basement.
That they can. Alright, now we're headed into the back of the escape. So this next chest is guaranteed to be a key, as it is standard, so that we can actually get to the back of escape.
That is correct, because we didn't find the key first.
And yep, there's that small key. So what do you think will be the first major item we'll find, seeing as escape has had nothing?
I'm usually apt to guess the Power Glove. Power Glove opens too much for it to not be a very early check.
It's very true. I think bow would be kind of cool. That way you get to Eastern early, get that out of the way. Just my thought, though. Alright, here we go. 3 checks, back of escape. There's the
Personally,
map.
I'd like to see a flute. That would be the thing where it'd be most entertaining to see.
Flute is nice, because it makes getting around the world so much quicker. Alright, and so back of escape had some money, but nothing really. So let's see if our sanctuary chest has anything. Alright, so sanctuary is a single rupee. We had nothing here.
That was a very lackluster escape run.
Yeah, absolutely.
Usually I like seeing more items than that, but that means village could be an interesting looting section.
That is very true.
And Hubb's overworld is very, very blue.
That it is. And Hubb is going to go ahead and check Lumberjack Ledge while Soz skips it.
And 20 rupees on the tree pole.
More money. And a bottle. That's nice. You can just route in that sick kid real quick.
Plus, I think that was emergency blue goo.
That it is. And our Hoarder Crab has more money, but it's just single rupees, so nobody's going to farm that up.
And just a blue rupee on Lumberjack. Or, excuse me, a red rupee on Lumberjack.
I kind of like Soz's plays about skipping that, because we know boots are Dark World, so they might be pretty late in the seed, depending on where they are. So, I think it made a lot of sense. Alright, coming up into CAC.
And the first of our 5 chest areas.
Now, CAC is one of the most loaded, item-dense locations in the game, so... Alright, we got more money. Some bombs.
Some bombs is nice, and a magic mirror.
Ooh, that is very nice. Doesn't really get us much right now, but it's really nice for routing later on.
A magic mirror and some bombs and not much else.
Yep.
But like I was saying, some bombs at this point are very nice to find.
That they are. And we're already up to 800 rupees, less than 10 minutes into the seed. Alright, we have crystals at Hera and Desert. I did not see what Eastern was.
Eastern was a crystal, I just didn't see the number.
Ah, okay. We'll have to wait for a map check from our other runner here.
And Hubb gets the mirror.
We get blue mail.
Yeah. Blue mail from the well. And a fire rod. Cackwell coming in loaded today.
It's bailing out the disappointment that was Escape.
And the bottle merchant feels like refunding us, partially.
Took a lesson from his buddy the Scamfish. Alright, thank you, chat, bringing up that Eastern Palace is a red crystal, so thank you.
Always nice to see 3 crystals in the light world.
Absolutely. And then on Sick Kid, just 20 rupees. And we got a red cane in the back of Tavern.
I do love me some early red cane.
That is a very nice find. Now let's see if those boots are required. That's the ice rod.
So that means if we have a turtle rock crystal, we're going to need those boots.
And possibly even if it's a pendant.
Yes, possibly if it's a pendant, but only 20 rupees on a race game, though, so...
Hopefully not, but yeah.
That's a relief. Because race game can take a little bit of time.
And it does.
And a precious bomb.
Especially when you're only down to 5. Early world requires quite a few bombs. Early game. And with that handy dandy mirror, sozsozsoz can do some block deletion. And do these checks a little bit quicker.
Block deletion is very handy.
That it is, but just don't do it inside of a dungeon. I've done that before. It doesn't work.
I remember distinctly one of my first runs. I had to redo Ice Palace because of it.
Oh.
And I see we've got a power glove underwater. They're a little wet today.
Just makes them easier to slip on. Right. And now coming up is mini Moldorm Cave. Can you go ahead and spin those little mini Moldorms down? Money, money, money.
Plenty of money of all sizes and currencies.
And a hammer.
And a hammer. We are... I believe that puts sozsozsoz a moon pearl from Dark World.
That it does.
And Hubb getting his glove from the Watergate.
Moon Pearl on Zora would be pretty mean. For chat. That's just... Because if you do fake flippers, you can't do the 2 waterfall fairy checks without it. I mean, believe there's some splash deletion stuff you can do with the cane, but I don't think we have the right items to be able to splash delete into that waterfall fairy. That would just become an orphan location. And sozsozsoz isn't going to do it. I'm just going to save and quit out of Ice Rod Cave. And Soz is heading to the Eastern Palace area.
Looks like we're going to have some Shyamalan and Ding Dong check.
Looks like it. And the other option would probably be to go up, would be to sequence break up to Death Mountain, because there's quite a few checks up there as well, and a completable Hera. But without a lamp or flute, it will be out of logic. And it's not
and
here.
Not much in this closet today.
And we have a green pendant
on Misery Mire.
Yeah, that's interesting, especially with that early cane. And Hubb is saving and quitting and going to Sanctuary, so this might be a play up to Death Mountain.
And it looks to be a play for Death Mountain. So now we get the route divergence.
Yep, we get some different information on both sides of our screen today. Here.
So we've got Hubb going up Death Mountain as sozsozsoz goes into Eastern Palace.
And Ambrosia not doing us any favors today by putting the map in the first chest of Eastern Palace. And Hubb has finished off the dark room that is the old man's cave and is going to drop him back off. That is...
The old man is grateful and pays him back with $20. Rupees.
So that's our first item in Eastern, just a red meringue. Hubb has to be a bit careful, down to a single heart. These cabbages, especially early... Ooh, just catches them a little bit.
Cabbage Man's revenge.
Yeah, I can't count the amount of times I've tried to climb up that mountain with low hearts. And died on the way.
It's not the easiest thing to do sometimes.
No.
Especially when the dead rocks don't want to cooperate.
Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take that second entrance, the exit of the back of Old Man's Cave, and just go in there and reset the boulders a little bit.
I'll admit I was focusing on the boulders and missed what was in the compass chest in Eastern.
I saw it, but I immediately forgot about it, so... Just 50 rupees inside Spectral Rock, so...
And
nothing important there.
A plastic shield on top of the rock.
I like Yoshi's bunny sprite.
That is amazing. Chat tells us that it was a compass in the chest, so...
Okay, yeah. No wonder I didn't note it. But that does mean...
makes it through the dark room to get 2 big key chests.
That does mean Ambrosia really did not do us any favors, because we do have to still full clear this dungeon.
Except it did just do us a favor with the big key in the basement.
Ooh, that is nice. Alright, let's just have the item here, and then we don't have to worry about going to Talra. Nope, map. At least it's not the small key.
Flippers in the big chest.
That is a very nice find.
A nice find which is currently out of logic by the lamp. So
correct.
Runners will have to keep that in mind. It looks like sozsozsoz is going for the Desert Ledge check in Agena.
Yeah, possibly trying to get back into logic, because not much left that's in logic. So that area has to...
I believe the only things in logic right now are Agena and Zora.
Yep. So if this is, say, the flute, could be pretty important. or if it's the lamp, kind of puts us back into logic.
You know, technically for logic, it could be a moon pearl.
It could, but that would be the worst type of logic, because then that just opens up so much. $20 though. So, gotta be Zora. Meanwhile, I do believe the last item in Hera is in the tile room, because we found both the small key, the map, and the compass.
Always a lovely thing to find out.
So far, 2 dungeons, 2 full clears. Ooh, that was very close. Ah, there goes Hubb. Yeah, Moldorm on Fighter Sword is kind of annoying. So with the hammer, it's nicer, but you also don't get the advantage of being able to just hold it out and make sure you don't fall off.
Exactly. And it looks like sozsozsoz is visiting the hobo.
Hubb has to be a bit careful down to a single heart. Quake on Hobo. We don't know, honestly. Just one more hammer hit for Hubb. There it goes. Moldorm.
And Mold goes down, giving us an item and our first crystal.
Yep. Alright, we got some more checks over on Waterfall Ferry here. 10 arrows.
And a boomerang.
And Hubb is going to go back for the last item, which is underneath. Can't go that way, Hubb. You gotta go, yeah, with the blue blocks up.
I fall for those blue blocks every time. They look like you can get through there.
It does. It really does. Alright, Zora, our last in-logic location.
We'll focus on sozsozsoz for a minute while Hubb takes a nice, relaxing coffee break.
And it's the flute.
And it flute on the king. Rip-off fish did not rip us off today.
Did not. Delegated that duty to the bottle vendor and said, no, I'm going to have value today. So that does put Hubb's play into logic. Just not for Hubb.
And that was not worth waiting in the basement for, let's be honest.
No, it was not.
I pointed myself. But on the bright side, we have a very nice pink Death Mountain today. And yes, chat makes a good point that music lessons are expensive.
That they can be. As Hubb makes the long walk through Spiral Cave.
And sozsozsoz finishes his Hylian national anthem.
Can I go save the old man? Hey, more money in Spiral Cave. This seed is very rich in cash.
Almost every runner's favorite cave coming right up, though.
Absolutely. 7 checks, all in a small little location.
Only guarded by moldworms.
Perfect. Alright, Alright, bottom Paradox Cave, we have the lamp.
There's the flippers in logic.
And it does. And then coming up on the much more populous area for checks, Upper Moldorm Cave, 3 bombs. Master Sword.
Master Sword
Oh, no.
in Paradox Cave is a nice find.
A book.
And a book.
But now that does allow for that moon pearl to be sitting on that pyramid ledge.
This is true. I am lucky enough to have never experienced that myself, but
I have. It sucks. We did see a quick map check. I think I saw Swamp as a pendant, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
looks like Swamp, Ice, and TR for pendants. Oh, excuse me. Swamp, Ice, and Mire.
Okay. So we will be needing those boots for TR to get that ice rod off of the bookshelf.
And just a piece of heart up on Floating Island. Now, and it looks like Hubb's following through with this check, but getting Master Sword and the book there does mean you can go get Ether Tablet while you're up here.
It is true. It is definitely a check that I would have forgotten about for a very long time. As I would have been like, hey, I got more access. I'm leaving Death Mountain. Alright, and on Ether Tablet, we have 20 rupees.
You would have been just fine leaving it in that situation, too. But we all know if you don't check it, it's your hammer.
Of course. Alright, so Hubb is probably going to make their way over to Desert Palace now. Okay, thank you to chat correcting me that Swamp is a 5/6 crystal, not a pendant. I saw that wrong.
Alright, so it's Pod, Ice Palace, and Mire for pendants, with Swamp Palace being our other red crystal.
And we also find out if our Desert Palace will be boots locked very soon from Hubb. And let's see if sozsozsoz decides to go back in to Hera to get that tile room basement item. Going back in. Makes sense. You're looking for so much. And it's a crystal anyway, so it doesn't really... Oh, and sozsozsoz never checked that chest. Interesting. I've not seen runners do that before.
I believe he just went straight up the tower on the hope that the item was on the way up.
Ah, that makes sense. Especially in Ambrosia. If it's up there, then you don't have to worry about going to the back at all. If it's not, you can always come back for it. It's not a horrible check.
And Hubb going into Desert Palace. It's always fun when you get access to all 3 Light World dungeons before you get access to the Dark World.
Yep. And Hubb can complete this dungeon, so that's at least nice.
He can if this is a big key, or a small key.
Alright, small key. We can keep going. That's fair.
Ideally, you'd see an item and a big key on this side of the dungeon. That would be the ideal goal. Ambrosia doesn't like to work. That is a moon,
Moon
pearl.
Pearl. There's that item. And there's that big key.
There's that big key. Remember what I was saying about Ambrosia not being nice sometimes? It just was nice.
That's very true. So even we do have boots required this seed, unfortunately, though. So we will have to go hunting for them. Either way.
And chat, yes, Pearl could be on Desert Torch, but not in this seed unless by some chance the boots were on Pyramid.
Yeah, you'd have to pick them up after doing Aga and then do it that way. Oh boy, that would suck though. Alright, coming up on Landmos here. Probably the best weapon that Hubb has for Landmos will be that fire rod.
As sozsozsoz does Paradox Cave, where he got his lamp and will be getting his book and Master Sword. And looks like we are going to see some fire rod strats on these Landmos. Although, by my view, I don't think he has enough magic to kill all three of them.
No, he does not. We'll have to resort to some spins or some hammer hits. But that hammer hitbox can be pretty annoying with these Landmos.
I have done Hammer Landmo once, and I never want to do it again.
I don't blame you.
Luckily for Hubb, he has a sword.
Might take a little bit longer, but at least for me, it would probably take shorter because I would die doing hammer Landmos.
As sozsozsoz heads to the desert.
Yeah, spin slashes do the same as
Alright, there's fine. I missed it the first time, but it looks like just a 20 on the ledge.
So yeah, we won't be picking that up, and Soz will get that Moon Pearl hit real quick, while Hubb has the second crystal of the match, and we'll probably be heading over to Dark World now, into Hype Cave. Like, alright, and coming up on Hype Cave for Hubb, getting a little bullied by the guards out here.
It's easy to do in that area. Those guards, that's an ether coin on the from the generous man.
And we have
There's our boots.
A very nice location for those boots, right in Hype Cave.
One of the hypiest hype caves I've seen in a while.
Fair. And Hubb is gonna go to Bombo's tablet, it looks like. Yeah, that's...
Bombos run, yeah.
You got that book early, yeah.
Where he is. As sozsozsoz has his Moon Pearl and is heading into the back of desert.
and 20 rupees on Bombo's tablet. So,
See, our tablets were worth a grand total of 40 rupees.
yep, that book was useful, but only for that Moon Pearl and Desert Crystal. And confirming that Ice and Pod are the pendants and Red Crystal on Swamp from Hubb's side here.
And it looks like Hubb's going to do the southern part of the Dark World now.
And that makes sense, because you know where the Ice Rod is, so you can just mirror over and grab that on your way over to Dark Kakariko.
He can't actually get to Dark Kakariko from this side, though.
Yeah, but if he mirrors over and grabs that item from the library and then runs up and...
True, he can run up and around.
Yep. And we have the bow. So sozsozsoz finishes off their second crystal at Desert Palace. Yeah, Pod is open, but it is a pendant, so I don't know if our runners actually want to go in. Let's see how many digs we have for our dig game item today. Just 6.
The answer is 6.
Yep. And Hubb is going to save and quit. Isn't going to go grab the ice rod just yet.
And sozsozsoz is making the same run to Hype Cave. And he also makes his map check confirming.
Looks like Hubb's going to head over to the eastern area. It's a completable dungeon. Makes sense. And you can kind of combine it with Pod, even if it is a pendant. A lot of checks over there as well.
Pod has 5 checks, 4 of which you can get without doing Helmosaur, so...
It's very true. And you have the mirror, so you can route it pretty nicely.
And since Hubb's not done any of Eastern yet, it makes it a little more enticing.
That it does.
On the downside, it means we have to pay everyone's favorite extortionist monkey.
That's not really a problem this seed with over 1,300 rupees for Hubb and 844 on sozsozsoz's side, so we've gotten a lot of money.
Sozsozsoz picks up his bow.
Let's see if that bow pulls sozsozsoz over to the pod area as well. They decide to go a different route. And so for chat, I'm not really sure which runner has the advantage at the moment, because sozsozsoz does have that flute already from Zora, but Hubb will be able to do Eastern Palace in 1 dip rather than 2, like sozsozsoz will have to. So it's kind of interesting. It's still quite early to tell, right?
I would say it is too early to tell. It kind of depends on how this Dark World routing plays out.
Absolutely.
And it looks like we're going to have a Dark Cac versus Pod area on our stream today.
Looks like it.
And just remember, an apple a day keeps the guards at bay.
And Pod, as usual, lots of keys up front, so still waiting on some items here.
Key logic with Pod is fun. And it looks like sozsozsoz is making the Skull Woods play. It makes sense. He has a fire rod, and it's a dungeon he needs to do.
Yeah, both Thieves Town after this and Skullwoods are crystals, so don't blame sozsozsoz at all for going over here.
And it looks like he's heading toward the back section first.
Yeah, with Ambrosia, you know there's an item on the boss, and sometimes you get lucky with the item in the bridge chest, so don't have to do anything else. We might even have a head check from Soz as they
It's
complete
possible.
this area here.
Because there is a possibility.
Yeah, we've got a hook shot.
Hookshot can still be on there.
And possibly one of the coins to enter TR. That's all that I can see at the moment.
It depends on if Bombos is required.
Absolutely. And Hubb having a little bit of trouble with the bonk here.
That is not an easy bonk to learn at first.
No, it does take a little bit of practice to get used to, for sure. Alright, and Soz is doing some hammer strats on Mothula.
Always fun.
Absolutely.
I tell you, the real boss of that dungeon is not the moth, it is the spike wall.
It's the spike conveyor floor, absolutely. So, no useful item off of Moth, but Crystal is very nice as well. Very nice fight. And Hubb has to be a bit careful, down to a single heart. And there's definitely a lot of enemies down here that definitely can do that single heart real quick.
I mean, the anti-fairy will do it through his blue mail.
Absolutely. So far we've only had 2 keys. That does mean that the Harmless Hellway has just a small key, so there's no need to check it.
Technically, it's been 3 keys. We had to open the door. The question is... I had a question in mind. It's completely gone. So.
Okay. Did Hubb not... Oh, what? Is just skipping the big chest?
He wants life before doing the maze, I think.
Oh, okay.
Interesting routing play. Have we found all the items from the front?
Well, we're missing the map and compass, but there's 3 chests on that left side there. And the maze and big chest, so there's definitely at least 1 item. I don't know. I'll have to ask him about that.
I'll make a note to ask on decision there.
Oh, from chat, I was paying attention to pod key logic and whatnot. We have another bow on the ped. So we
have a bow on the ped?
Yeah, our silvers are on the ped.
Oh boy. Imagine if they didn't know that pod was a pendant and saw that.
Well, there you go. Oh, wow, that would be...
Luckily for the runners, they have a bow.
Yes.
So if they're practiced with their silverless strats, they can go without that.
Hopefully, yeah. Because that ped will take a long time to pull. Especially with Misery Mire and Ice Palace being the other 2.
Misery Mire can be quick, but Ice Palace is a time sink to get that.
That it is. Mizumark
Only 50
can be
bumper,
quick.
so that's
Yeah.
nice. And sozsozsoz is now checking his lumberjack because he rode from the south into the woods.
Yep. How best to be careful. Down to 3 hearts. Down to 2 hearts. All right. Down goes the first phase. Some nice jukes.
Some nice fast Telmasaur here.
Oh, there we go.
You were clenching a little bit there too, Form?
Just a little.
I love a good tense boss fight sometimes. That is a hook shot.
Ooh, that is required.
That is a hook shot. That hook shot is on Pendant Helmasaur.
Yeah, with that hook shot, you don't go back. You go to East. You say the seed give, or no, you go back in.
He's, like you said, Hubb's still got the back. And I believe, if I know my key logic well enough, I believe that it looks like he actually did the front. Okay.
Yep.
Right. So, I believe this key is the last key and goes to the back of the dungeon.
Yep, because they never did the Dark Maze. But there's only one item here, so just be able to, once they get it, they can just leave. Meanwhile,
Because we don't have a map or compass.
Well, there's the compass.
Now, will the game make us go all the way to the big chest to get the item?
Of course it will. That's how Ambrosia works. It's always in the worst place. Nope, never mind.
Here's the cape. Another favorite item of mine.
I like either having used as Cape or Brian. One of the two is okay, or Berna. If I find one, I don't mind not getting the other.
I prefer having the cape because of the less lag.
But then you can't do the nice Kane and Brian strats on the Spike Room in TR. Where you just dash through it as you're Kane dashing. That's just me, though.
This is true. More importantly, Brian makes blind easier. We should probably pay some attention to Thieves Town here, though. That's
true. It is in logic. Crystal.
We got magic powder out of here for one.
Ooh, that is one of my favorite items. There's a surprising amount of locations that you can powder to get some safety.
Mire dark rooms, anybody?
Absolutely.
I had a little bit of visual stutter, so I did not catch what was in the attic chest.
I believe it was just 20 rupees. Coming up on Blind Cell. Hopefully this is not the small key, so we don't have to worry about checking that big chest.
I mean, we all know it's going to be small key in the end.
And maybe we got 3 items.
I think.
Okay.
I missed what was in the front of Thieves, so. And Hubb's about to get his flippers out of the big chest once he gets through this. He happens to have a cape. All right, time for comedy with blind. I can't search the web. Too many links. Whoever decided to make blind give puns in the randomizer made the greatest decision of their life.
Absolutely. And nice fight from sozsozsoz on blind as they get their
And
fourth
Hubb
crystal.
is heading to...
Yeah, we have not seen the item on Armos just yet because, well,
Our
when Soz
bows
came in, didn't have a bow, yeah. Ooh,
We got temper in the chess game, though, so that's a nice find.
that is a very nice find. Hubb needs to pick up some arrows here. Gonna have to be perfect on this Armos fight. Is down to it is at 19 arrows at the moment. It's unfortunate, but should try to do pokes on this last one because that does do more damage than Master Sword swings. As sozsozsoz picks up that ice rod.
Unfortunate timing on getting hit in the Armos fight.
Though it is pretty funny with Armos where Master Sword swings do less damage than Master Sword pokes.
I did not know that, I will be honest.
Yeah, the damage table for Armos is kind of wonky.
I'm too used to fighting him swordless with a boomerang, so...
Oh, that is a long fight right there. We got...
sozsozsoz is cashing in the bat.
Yeah. From that powder that just was found. Thieves Town. Just 10 arrows, though. At this point, we're looking for... Mitts?
Without mitts, they can't...
And maybe Bombos?
Maybe Bombos, but at this exact moment, the runners need mitts.
That's true, but other than that, we're almost in go mode. Which is pretty crazy. We're just 50 minutes in.
It's not too crazy for Ambrosia.
Fair.
But and this has not been the meanest Ambrosia seed to watch. Outside of,
No, it hasn't.
Flute on Zora.
And hookshot on Helmasaur.
And hookshot on Helmasaur.
Not even green pendant Helmasaur either. Yeah, and I don't think Soz is gonna go do pod because they're headed to Eastern without going into the Dark World.
I mean, they are kind of running out of options, though.
That's fair.
But I'm imagining we're about to see... I mean, I don't like speculation, but... With no access to pod directly from here, they're either going to double back to the warp, or they're going to go into the front of swamp.
Ooh, that doesn't sound fun. I mean, with the flute, it's not too bad to get back to the warp at 5, even after doing Eastern. But hookshotless swamp is no fun.
And Hubb is doing Thieves Town first.
So we'll have that
Thieves Town.
tempered sword for Mothkill, which will be much nicer.
Not that sozsozsoz did poorly with the hammer strats. Actually, one of the cleaner hammer strats I've seen done.
That's fair. Just as a runner, I would prefer to have tempered sword over hammer on that fight. And nice Armos from sozsozsoz picking up their 5th crystal, I believe.
That is 5 crystals. But always fun to see a big key in the first chest, Thieves Town. Guess now I can finally see what was in front of Thieves Town, since I was not paying attention to sozsozsoz at the time.
And it looks like sozsozsoz is gonna head to Swamp, which is unfortunate.
I mean, logically, it's a gamble you can make with the information he has.
That's true.
It's just that with the information we have compared to him, we know this is about to be a sad sozsozsoz play. He will be very sad when he's done here.
Okay, yeah, go to
Now, let's see if
tablet
this,
first.
and yes, it was. That would be why we did not check the chest and blind cell. There were 2 items up front and 1 in the attic.
Yep, makes sense. Thieves Town is green as usual, but a very different green today for Hubb.
I mean, the green and pink makes a really nice color combination on this one.
It does, it really does.
As sozsozsoz sets up for Swamp Palace.
So the worst that could happen for sozsozsoz is finding the mitts here. Because that opens up so much of the world.
The problem with that is, I believe the mitts are here.
I mean, they probably are, but actually they're in the back where it requires the hook shot just to get to them.
The only other places that the mitts can be, I believe, are Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb.
That is true. I'm hoping the mitts are hook shot locked here.
Hopefully, for
sozsozsoz's side, yeah.
Meanwhile, Hubb would prefer they not be hookshot locked, though he doesn't know this.
That is very true. And unfortunately, since Soz is coming here without a hook shot, will not be able to do diver down to get to left side swamp, which makes left side swamp a lot faster.
This is true.
So we'll have to do it plain old vanilla today. Alright, and Hubb is about to face off against Blind.
The joke made me laugh a second time.
That's the thing about puns that are good puns. They make you laugh no matter how many times you see them. Bug net. That's an item. Nope, Soz, you can't go that way.
I think he realizes that he has to do this the slow way.
Yep.
as Hubb gets their fourth crystal, I believe.
That would be correct. And we'll probably head into Skullwoods next.
I was over here behind my push talk going, "Don't drown the key." The number of times I have drowned that key before I learned Diver Down was kind of ridiculous.
Unfortunately, without the hook shot, you can't drown the key.
I'm aware of that,
Or
but
fortunately, I guess.
It doesn't stop me from doing it anyways. And that is another spot I have in the past accidentally mirrored back to the entrance.
That is where I have as well. Forgetting that you can't mirror delete in dungeon. And we have 300 rupees. First item.
And of course, since he doesn't have a hook shot, he has to go through it twice.
Oh.
Having Cane of Samaria to do the first room in Middle Skull is a nice thing to have.
That is true. You just and left side swamp is nothing, which is good for sozsozsoz.
Which is lucky for sozsozsoz, because I think the only place he has left to go is right back to pod.
That is the case. Quake was... I don't remember anymore.
Was Quake in Hobo?
Hobo, correct. No.
No. Hobo's not right. Where was it? It wasn't Waterfall Fairy.
Well, it probably was Hobo because sozsozsoz got it with the flippers checks, which Hubb hasn't done yet.
Chat and our tracker have confirmed it was Hobo.
Yeah, it was just so long ago now, it feels like.
Sozsozsoz going into pod as Hubb drops down to fight a moth that really needs to get away from these spike blocks.
And staying pretty high on the screen, which isn't very nice of Moth.
But luckily for Hubb, he has a magic cape, given he's got this low health problem today.
Yep. And Hubb gets their 5th crystal. And probably will head to...
Probably going to head to Swamp next.
Yeah. So even though sozsozsoz got that flute early on, hasn't really been all that important, other than for just being able to route things a little bit better.
That bow on Ped makes me laugh.
Hopefully both of our runners have practiced Silverless.
Yeah. I believe the second item was in the big chest. So.
It's a long trek. It's the big key's right there.
But luckily, I forgot where the big key was. So. It can be hard to keep track of 2 screens at once.
That it can.
So's getting the items off of right side pod. Well, Hubb goes for the big chest. Or everything else first. Who knows? We're going to see a bomb jump out of Hubb.
It might be interesting to see if sozsozsoz, because it already has that big key, goes straight to the boss. I've seen runners do that before, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case this time.
I mean, Hubb basically did that, only got the back, only orphaned only Dark Maze instead of all of the back. Hubb having some difficulty with the bomb jump.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, this bomb jump is actually one of the ones that can be made easier with the boots, because if you bonk, the frames required where Link or your sprite has to be is actually a little bit larger. So I find it a lot easier to bonk there.
Today I learned you can hookshot across that gap.
Same, I had no idea that was even possible. Never thought about it before.
Color me impressed on that one, actually.
Yep. And gets that second item, and we'll be able to snope out of there. Alright. And off to the boss goes sozsozsoz.
Looks like Hubb checking Lumberjack. Or, excuse me, Bumper Ledge. I forgot he already checked Lumberjack.
Yep. I'm gonna check
and
some
we're
of
getting
these
at the
boots
Graveyard
check.
Ledge.
Yeah, this is not something we've seen as of yet, so
This is exciting.
that
As
it is.
sozsozsoz is en route to Helmasaur. That really is a beautiful color for the light overworld, let's be honest here.
That it is. Alright, not in Graveyard Ledge. So, Kingston.
This next check tells us if it is in fact this swamp play. Although actually, did either runner check Pyramid and Catfish yet?
I don't think so. Because Hubb went to Pod, got that hook shot, then went to Eastern, and then fluted away.
And this is sozsozsoz's first time in East Dark World.
Yeah, so Hubb looks like he's going to check it. Soz did check Waterfall Fairy, yes.
I believe it was 3 bombs and 50 rupees. Hubb is probably going to check Catfish en route to getting Zora, because he has not been over there yet.
But at this point, with the logic, well, with where Lamp was, has to know that Zora has to have Flute.
If he's kept track... Did we have a... Okay, he's stocking up on some potion. For a moment I thought I missed a mushroom somewhere.
And sozsozsoz gets that hook shot. It looks like Catfish into Zora for Hubb. And Soz is noping out, isn't going to go check Pyramid. Is Catfish our answer? Nope.
Catfish is not the answer today.
So it's either back of Swamp or Pyramid Ledge.
That water is not a pleasant color, though.
No, it looks like the Meyer Bog rather than the Zora area.
Oh, that's right. It was our bloomerang in there.
Our mitts could also be behind Swamp in the Pyramid Fairy.
I forgot about Pyramid Fairy.
I just saw that Swamp is
all fun tricks on us, isn't it?
Yeah, I just saw that the Swamp is the other red crystal, so we can complete it, and we could go check that, which would make that's a good routing way to do it. Do Swamp and then grab that red bomb and head up.
It is convenient that Swamp is the last red crystal to get.
As Hubb gets that flip. And is not going to go activate it. Oh, is going to go activate it. Never mind.
Sozsozsoz is making a return trip to Swamp Palace. Honestly, I don't blame him for going to Swamp Palace first. That's a gamble I would have made.
Yeah, with what he had open, it was probably the most.
Especially where he did
here, yeah.
Especially where he did Eastern first.
Yeah, as chat brings up, Mit's Go mode is very nice because it locks just so much of the seed. You don't have to go into Ice Palace at all. You don't have to go into TR. You don't have to go to Meyer. Just so much of the world gets locked away.
The one question mark is Bombos.
That it is. So if I'm these runners, I'm betting it's either Ether or Quake and not worrying about it. And Hubb is going to continue doing. Hubb is continuing to do some flippers checks. Oh yeah, because we haven't found the map or compass. So
we found the map, or excuse me, we've not found the map.
Skip that and go straight to the boss. Very nice, very nice.
The other convenient thing is, even if it is on the pyramid, Sozsozsoz is likely to do Pyramid Fairy and then route to the pyramid.
Yep. It's a very clean way to route it.
As Hubb makes their way to Swamp Palace. Looks like we're going with spin attack strats on.
Yep, they're very quick. Very nice.
When you have a tempered sword, I believe they're the fastest way to do it.
There is a quick kill with the fire rod, with 2 fire rod shots and 1 spin, but it can be kind of tricky on the timing.
I have seen that, yes. I would like to point out there were not mitts in Swamp Palace.
No, there weren't. So Pyramid Fairy, Pyramid Ledge.
I believe that's our only logic at this point.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. It's open even. Alright, so Red Bomb and Ledge. Let's see if we get some bomb dupe from Sozsozsoz, which is a pretty cool trick to learn. Now I'm just gonna opt to walk the bomb. Which is fair, because if you miss the bomb dupe, you have to go back and buy a new bomb, and it's just a whole pain.
And when you have a hammer anyways. Looks like he's going to go check the ledge.
Oh,
and there's
shovel.
our shovel.
Well, there's more items.
There's another one. We may see a diver down from Hubb here.
There's
We're going to see him
shovel.
We're going to see the shovel spot. This is beautiful game. Thank you. It looks like we're going to see Hubb skip the left side, which we know is just fine.
Yep. And for Hubb's sake, hopefully they don't go back in. And sozsozsoz is going to route in some of the overall checks that Hubb already did before going and checking that shovel spot.
He's already... Remember, sozsozsoz has already done the Zora. He's coming up here for catfish.
Yep, catfish, and then probably King's Tomb.
He might hookshot over to King's Tomb. Yeah.
Yep.
The skull just did not want to leave him alone today.
That skull can get pretty annoying if you run into him.
So, Antissim, while we're waiting, what's your favorite item to throw at the catfish?
The little bush, just because I can move faster with it.
When I'm doing my casual stuff and I have the mitts, I will take the time to go grab a dense rock.
And walk it up all the way.
The number of times he has ripped me off for my time, too high to count.
That's fair. So my last 3 races in this tournament, catfish has had something important in each and every one of them. And twice I last locationed them. So it really depends on the seed. Sozsozsoz is going a long way. Not 100% sure why I can use those boots to dash into those rocks. Alright, so Hubb, where are you going to go now? You going to go back in, or are you going to go back in? That's a little unfortunate.
And in goes Hubb. This race is back and forth, and I love it.
That it is.
And from what we know, these are the most elusive mitts I've seen.
Yeah, it's been one location to another. Get this item. Let's go check the powder. Let's go check the shovel spot. Let's go check this.
I would like to see a mushroom come out of that shovel spot.
That would be horrible. I love it.
Given we're not racing, we'd sympathize with the racers and we'd laugh along with chat.
Exactly.
Looks like Hubb isn't. Oh, because he burned the key on the door in the back.
Yep. Can't do driver down on left side without the key. Yep. Same reason you can't do it if you don't have the hook shot. So both of ours are doing left side swamp the slow way.
Actually, Hubb still gets to do it faster because he does have a hook shot to get the other check.
It's true. That is very true. And sozsozsoz is going back up the mountain?
He never went back to Ether.
Oh, okay. So this is giving the Hubb a little bit of time to catch back up here. So Hubb will still have to go and get up to that Pyramid Ferry area. That's true, we also haven't seen Spike Cave. Now that we have the cape, that does put it in logic.
I forget about Spike Cave. But it does make sense to get it here.
That's true. And Shovel Spot's just one check, while this area has 2 for sozsozsoz.
Though doing Spike Cave without half magic makes me cry every time I have to do it.
Alright, so Spike Cave is our mitts.
Spike. Unfortunate. I wanted that shovel to produce something.
Maybe the shovel will have bombos for TR.
That would be cruel.
Yes, it would. So it's probably not going to happen.
I mean, we will find out in probably a minute and a half or less.
Yeah, I think Hubb will check Shovel Spot first, because they've already done Ether Tablet up there. Alright, and now we get to find out whether we're in go mode or not for TR.
Six crystals in 120 is pretty good, though.
That it is. This is with how much mitts lock. They tend to become faster seeds if it's mitts go mode, from what I've seen.
Alright, and the answer is
Ether.
So it is a 121.5, and we are in go mode on sozsozsoz's side.
That is very nice. And Hubb is staying here.
I believe he is walking to shovel through the Dark World.
Okay. Oh no, he's gonna check Hobo. Hasn't done that yet.
Understandable.
That's a pretty nice way to route it in. Don't see
That
this
is the
very
first time
often.
I've seen that route to get to Hobo. And we have a big key in the first check.
Confirming there is that completely useless Quake Medallion.
Hubb doesn't know that yet.
Fair. He's gonna go check Floating Island too. Or no, Lake Highly Island. One of those islands.
Did sozsozsoz ever check Highly Island?
I believe so. Probably just swam by it real quick.
I mean, I'll never say no to a bottle of red goo.
Fair, but I probably wouldn't go out of the way to pick it up if I knew it was there.
I don't think we ever checked it, though.
True. Possible. Alright, and then now Hubb is gonna go Mountain Cave?
Spike Cave.
Spike Cave first? Okay, before Shovel Spot. This is good for Hubb. Aw, man, I wanted to see that Shovel Spot. That was just me, though.
We'll find out in the credits.
That's true. I'll have to ask him about that spike before shovel. I guess if it's up here, you can just head over to TR. It's a little bit quicker that way.
Where you have 7 quit, it's best same
yeah,
time.
you have 7 quit, yeah.
I like the Dark World Death Mountain palette today.
Yeah, only like the second time we've seen it.
And I was focused on sozsozsoz at the time, I believe.
Yeah, the first time was just when Hubb was heading up to Harrow, so it was a real quick one.
Spike Cave Mitts is mean.
That it is. It absolutely is.
Is sozsozsoz gambling on the lava chest?
I mean, they're in go mode, so don't need to check anything really. Just grab that key, steal the key.
Fair. I'll admit I've seen that play backfire before.
It's a very rare scenario, though.
This is true. I've just had it happen enough times that I've skipped it before. So
He's gonna go check the big chest for a key, hopefully. If it's here and if it's a crystal roller or okay, just a small piece of art there, so could have skipped this as well, no problem. Yeah, 0% chance if you go to the big chest, yeah.
Hubb climbs the mountain to go to TR.
And now we find out if we have to skip Laser Bridge or not. We do not.
And Hubb's out of magic.
There's Super Bunny Cave. Oh, but it's gonna pop the blue potion. Yeah, he used up all the magic on Spike Cave.
Unfortunate. I do love the design of this dark maze.
Any reason?
Just because when I first did it, I did not know what to expect from it, and it looks like sozsozsoz is going to open the safety hole. Which, given we're on no half magic, blue mail, tempered sword, Trinex, not the worst decision in the world.
Yep. And sozsozsoz is taking a little bit of damage on these laser skips, so. But gets that key, and we'll be able to head to the Trinex fight here in a moment.
But first, some nice recovery fairy from the anti-fairy. As Hubb goes to the roller room. And gets the early hook shot. Oh,
I can never get that.
It is not the easiest hook shot to land.
No, it is.
Sozsozsoz approaching Trinet. Our runners have caught up to each other in terms of heart containers, so.
In terms of health and armor, we're pretty even on this seat.
Clean firehead.
Misses a shot or another, but down goes that ice head as well, and no ice on the floor, so that's pretty nice.
Always a nice thing not to have the ice on the floor.
Oh, releases the spin a little early though. Should be fine though.
Yeah, Trinex just drops here.
It's really not that bad with the tempered sword.
And gets red mail as a reward.
That's nice.
At least we have one of the nice final items for the pig.
Oh, and we have all 7 crystals here, so.
So there are 22 checks in the basement of Ganon's tower. One of them has the all-important big key.
Yeah, well, where do you like to guess, Zeke?
Oh, I don't know enough about the numbers for them, but I usually guess 13 as it's my lucky number. But if I was to guess a room, I always guess Rando room.
Okay, I like to guess 14 because that usually ends up somewhere between, depending on the route they take, somewhere between Fire Snake Room and Rando Room.
Yeah, 7s, 11s, 6, 13, 17.
Got a pretty good spread today. All right, coming up on the first two checks. Small key. Small key.
Keys in the Hope room.
And is going to take the Hope route, at least for now.
Hope room and left.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of runners, when they get two keys in the Hope room, they go right.
And but number 3 is the torch.
And nobody guessed it. Closest was Blue Kano.
Yeah, Blue Kano with 2. Congratulations, Blue Kano. We begin the climb.
No silvers, but that's not too bad.
The bigger one I'd be worried about is no butter at this point. It just makes the fight
versus
less fun.
Yeah, temper doesn't really do much different.
Luckily, tempered and butter on the spins do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then depending on Ganon placement, if you get the nice spot, top right, you just do 3 spins and you get through the phase entirely.
I can never get that key dash.
It's not too bad once you've practiced it a few times. And sozsozsoz is going to go ahead and...
I mean, when your max is 11 hearts and you're 4 of them going to the gauntlet, I would too.
That's true.
As Hubb reaches the laser bridge, and by the look of it, is going to take the safety door.
Heading straight for the back, yep. And sozsozsoz is making good use of those the beams, sword beams, to kill some of these enemies.
Take the beams away.
Oh no.
Beamos is like, I'm the only one who can use beams here.
Alright, and through the gauntlet is sozsozsoz. Gonna head into the Lambos here fight.
Provided he can survive his way through to the tower, the hardest part of the tower is probably done here.
I would tend to agree with you.
Magic.
And down goes 2 of those Lambos. Just 1 head remaining. 1 worm remaining.
And 1 head dead.
And coming up are some of the most satisfying rooms in the game. Put down that. Yep. Once you get down these rooms, they're just so much fun to do. Because you don't really have to do much.
It's fun to do those rooms.
It really is.
It's one of the many examples of why I love the Cane of Samaria.
Cane of Samaria is the best cane. And one of those reasons is because the newer found glitches like Diver Down and Icebreaker. Because it just makes some of those dungeons so much easier.
Hubb is walking the Trinex. And it looks like the heads are not cooperating with him today.
No, they aren't. Got a bit of fire on the floor. Honestly, that's not too bad, because
Luckily,
the fire goes away.
doesn't stay.
Yeah, unlike the ice. To be a bit careful, I'm not sure if they have enough magic. Oh, okay, alright.
Oh!
Oh, uh-oh, does not have any magic left. Oh, that's really unfortunate.
That is not a fun feeling to have happen.
At least there's a full magic drop before the fight. Can check some of these checks, hopefully looking for that half magic, but
or butter sword.
maybe thought about going to get some fairies. If you mirror over there, there are some fairies in the cave that's in the light world that corresponds to this, so...
Yep. As a Cross Keys player, I call it Fairy Ascension Cave. And it's a very long connector to have to work with.
That it is. Alright, into Aga 2.
Boomerang get through there. Aga 2! We got a double.
Ooh, unfortunately got a little bit of blue ball trouble there.
Aga 2 pattern can get out of hand sometimes.
Yeah, and these aren't the nicest. Oh, and that one's made him stop because he got pushed into the wall.
But Aga 2 is down, and we're going to a pig. Luau.
Oh no, Hubb. I think he has a fairy still.
I believe he does, yes.
And down goes that head. As sozsozsoz is about to enter the Ganon fight.
Another good quote out of Ganon.
And this is a fairly nice spot for Ganon for spins, but decides to just go for some slashes.
He has a blue potion on hand still for just this situation.
And that he does.
And he did not get 12.
Oh, that's a little unfortunate.
Hubb gets his 7th crystal and is heading to the tower.
As sozsozsoz has entered phase 3. Hubb is saving and quitting?
He's gonna flute potions.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it did have to... Doesn't have that blue potion because I had to use it before Total Rock.
And I don't remember if he used the red potion either.
Believe he still has it because he used the fairy.
Ganon with the ever-helpful Light World tip. We know exactly where in the Light World that is.
So for chat, Hubb did not have a blue potion, had a red potion, a fairy, and had to use the fairy on Trinex. So.
And now we get some silverless Ganon strats.
Oh, did not get
He did not get Torch Glitch, and he only has the one potion.
Yeah, this is not an easy fight when you don't have Torch Glitch.
If there was, and especially when you don't have half magic, I would if I had missed Torch Glitch here, I would personally consider just dropping off and starting over.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him if he decided to do that either.
He may have to. He is about to run out of magic.
This is not a fun fight without which, in fact, it's one that I actually have not done very often. And, oh, the torch just goes out. Nice use of the hook shot to get to the torch a bit faster. Oh, and the torch goes out again. I have lost count of how many hits he's gotten, to be honest.
So have I. As Hubb enters Ganon's tower. I apologize to Hubb at this point, because honestly, this is a tense Ganon fight.
Oh no.
And he drops off because he's out of magic.
Out of magic, okay. Gonna go pick up some potions and refill on magic. At least he's got plenty of money. I was gonna see if he's gonna get anything free from the Pyramid Fairy.
Check to do.
We're about to find out, Link. It's just a golden bee.
The good bee.
Wait, did Hubb get that big key?
I think Hubb just mirrored too early, yes.
Ooh. Oh dear. That's not too bad, though.
But he got it now.
Yeah.
At least it was just the torch.
So, you fill up your magic bar first. Get a green. Okay, it's just, where is Soz going? Maybe just a little tilted, because, that's definitely never fun, and I definitely would be kind of at that point. Realizing that.
I mean, not buying the green first isn't a bad thing here. He has the rupees to spare.
That's true. That's not going to punish him at all.
This seed was very generous with its money.
But not generous with anything else, because so far, no bottles for either. 2 bottles on Hubb's side, just 1 on Soz's side.
I think it's 3 and 2.
Is it? Okay. You're right.
Hubb, at the very least, has 3, because he picked up the one on the island, and he had the one with a fairy in it. And he had a blue potion.
Correct.
I'm not certain about sozsozsoz's bottle count, so...
Alright, we should also, just to mention while we have Soz heading back into the Ganon fight and Hubb is taking care of the gauntlet. Follow these runners. They've been putting on a great race with this pretty cruel seed for those mids placements. And also give a follow to my co-com who's been a blast to comment with, and our tracker, and our restreamer, SpamMusubi and Oro.
And give a follow to my co-com, Antissim. He's been a great help to me on my first commentary, so...
You've been doing great, so... Alright, and so this is back into the Ganon fight. It is important to kind of note that Soz's patterns will be different now from Hubb's, because only the first fight is seeded for warps. The second is not.
It looks like Soz is not using cape strats as an effort to conserve magic.
Yeah, that's fair. Only has
Unfortunately,
one
it is not conserving health.
Into phase 3,
Some
though.
nice pause strats there.
Ooh, and the bats come out again.
I never thought I'd see pause strats in Link to the Past. I'm used to seeing them watching Zelda 1, but...
Pause strats can be very useful, especially for some low percent fights.
And a tense Ganon fight like this is a great place to use them.
That it is.
For a moment, I thought he was about to get bonked off the edge with his sword to swing there.
Oh. Alright, let's see. Torch Glitch. Alright, gets it this
Torch
time.
Glitch has been gotten. This fight's a little easier than last time now. As Hubb makes it past the Wizrow brooms and is going for the magic drop at the bottom. Not having half magic has been a pain for these runners.
Hubb is gonna have to be careful down to a half a heart. Okay, it's gonna pop that blue potion. Soz, not Hubb, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I think you were talking about Soz there.
It's a very tense section.
And in order to conserve magic, he's using the lamp and not the fire rod, which is wise.
It did have to pop that blue potion a little early, so... Oh, and gets a silver hit in there.
I mean, we knew Silverless was coming with this seed.
That is true. Yeah, with the fairly early book.
And Pedestal telling us that we have a bow, this was guaranteed Silverless. Or mostly guaranteed Silverless. We didn't know at the time whether we had to go into Misery Mire or Ice Palace at all. As it turns out, we didn't.
Yep, and so it has to be careful, down to a single heart. This is a very tense fight. Don't think that counted. That one did.
That one did. Hubb makes it past Moldorm 2, going up the tower.
Oh
and
no!
Soz takes a death to Ganon. The pig is out for blood today.
This is getting close here, getting tense, even tenser.
I didn't expect this to back and forth to the very end. Did you?
I did not know. And Soz is fighting Agatu. There's 3 hits on Agatu so far. Ooh, that
With
blue
the
ball
pattern playing
off.
very unfair today.
Believe that only counted as 1 because both of them hit at the same time. Okay, there we go.
I believe that. I wasn't counting the hits there, but I believe you were right.
So I'm wondering why Soz is going all the way around instead of back to the mirror portal that he has on the ledge, on the pyramid itself.
As Hubb is preparing to go fight the pig.
Yeah, we have a bit of a...
Now we're at the neck and neck. The plus side, though, Hubb has... I think Hubb still has at least 2 of his potions.
Yep. And thanks to our Restreamer for letting us know that he left the portal up on Hyrule Castle rather than in the courtyard.
Yeah, it would have taken more time to go through the castle to get to the portal than it was to just go to Swamp Palace Warp and go around, I believe.
And Hubb is going to go ahead and use that cape on the first phase.
And Soz joins the fight again. He's like 3rd time's the charm, he hopes.
Yep.
Hubb is in phase 3.
Okay, and into phase 4 goes Hubb. Hubb needs to get that torch glitch.
But didn't.
Okay. Ganon placement, to be fair, wasn't very nice to get that torch glitch. Because Ganon was right down there by the torches. But Hubb does still have a potion.
The biggest problem with not getting that torch glitch is you basically have to do torches 12 times.
Yep. Ooh. And
I'm
doesn't
not
go
sure
through.
that last one counted either.
Yep. Meanwhile, Soz is back into phase 4.
Ganon just taunting our runners with that light world message.
Oh no. Soz takes a little bit of a hit there. This is right down to the wire.
Aren't all good races just down to the wire?
That they are.
And the torch goes out before you can get the spin.
He's gonna use the fire rod here. Oh, because that's still have that blue potion. That's right.
I think he's trying to sync the timers up so he has a little more of a window.
Makes sense.
And he waited for Ganon to start warping so he'd instantly appear at the next spot. And Hubb has, Soz has to use his potion early to keep himself alive.
Both just had to use their potion.
Hubb had to use their potion to regain their magic.
That's true. Oh. Okay.
And Soz brings down... Oh, we've got them both!
Oh my god.
This one's gonna be close! Sorry, chat. Went a little out there.
Oh my god. This is insane.
This is... Who's gonna get this one? And it's sozsozsoz. Get your GGs in chat for both sozsozsoz and Hubb. Now what? We just need to find... Where do I find the official times?
So the official times are within 2 seconds of each other. 1:52.24 for sozsozsoz and 1:52.26 for Hubb. So I do believe the tie is 2 seconds. I do believe it's 2. So this, I believe this is a tie. But I believe... Wow. Wow.
What an incredible seed, though.
That is, yeah.
Once again, get some GGs in chat for sozsozsoz and Hubb.
Yeah, they will need to be confirmed by the ad, so they'll have to go through it. So, but wow, that is insane. Yeah, once again, give a follow to these runners. They've finished this race very close and very, very interesting for all of us. So give a follow to them. We should have them in for an interview soon.
Also, give a follow to Antissim for his commentary, to SpamMusubi for tracking, and to SPM Oro for the restream.
Yep, and also to Zeke here, and also now welcome Hubb and sozsozsoz to the restream. Wow, hey. What a race!
GG, man. I have no regrets doing that run.
Oh god, I was doing so great, and Gannon absolutely did me in.
Probably by the time you attempted him third time, I didn't gotten to Mort. Either the Mort or was finishing up Aga 2.
So,
yeah.
Just when sozsozsoz was going to go get potions before falling in the third time is when you, Hubb, went into Ganon. So you were a little bit ahead, and then you didn't get Torch Glitch. But,
yeah, that was the... Yeah.
So sozsozsoz did, and so caught up a little bit of time there.
But that was a tense race between the two of you.
Damn!
Thank you very much for your run on this one.
Yeah, I mentioned in the room, I was like, I wonder if there's been a tie yet, and there you go.
Oh, man.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think there has.
Yeah.
But that's insane.
But yeah,
I guess I know what I need to practice this week, Silverless Ganon.
So what are you guys' thoughts on that Silver's hint on Ped?
Oh.
I was like, ooh. I
As
smiled because I was so ready for it. I was like, let's go. I have been accustomed to fighting Silverless Ganon, so I was like, you know what? I know the deal. I just had to put it to work. And unfortunately, messing up the glitch cost me 2 seconds, so...
yeah,
it's fine though.
The Silverless Ganon's a fight that I perhaps haven't practiced as much as I should have done. And obviously that was the difference there. Like, if I had Silvers, I would have felt a lot more comfortable with it. But yeah, I was looking for the Butter Sword all the way as well, just to see if I could make that fight a little easier.
I was thinking about looking for the Butter Sword as well, but I was like, you know what? It's not going to make a difference if I still do Silverless. I just need to stick the landing. So I just kind of went... I just start shooting off like an arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was extremely close. And how about that Mitts placement, though, in Spike Cave?
Oh, that was so funny because I was like, you know what? Something tells me Spike Cave have something. And I think it was after... I want to say... What was the one before that? I think it was after Pyramid Cave because I went ahead and checked the Great Fairy. I was like, you know what? Let me check Spike Cave and see if it is there. It was just like a wild call because there was nothing else that's like you can get to, and you still got Blacksmith Chain to go through, and that could be more tolerable because you have the Mirror and Flute. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to avoid that and go with my gut. And to my amaze, I was super shocked that was there, and I was like, let's go.
Just remember, the Blacksmith Chain would not have had the mitts.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Antissim and I were hoping for the shovel spot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you guys got that right on the pyramid ledge, right when you got... Because both of you went to Pyramid Fairy after Swamp, and then went to Spike Cave after that.
Yeah.
So you did a little bit more overworld there. Any reason you guys didn't go to shovel spot after getting that shovel, or what made you go to Spike? Yeah,
there was more stuff up the mountain, so you could go and get the ether tablet and the Spike Cave at the same time. So I just figured I'd go and do that, and then if it was the mitts, then you could run straight over to it.
That's funny because I went to Ether. I think during the first segment of the race, I went ahead to Hera the moment I got the stuff to do it. And then I went to Ether tablet like on the way back because of Spiral Cave and Paradox. I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and check Ether tablet and get that out the way from the light world so I don't have to worry about it. Unfortunately, that was like 20 rupees though, so...
Yeah, your tablets were worth a grand total of 40 rupees today.
Man, I wish I had $40 right now.
There was a lot of money in the beginning of that seed as well.
Yeah, it was just showering with just money. For a moment, I thought I was in like a Twitch donation stream or something like that.
Now, Antissim, do we have any questions for individual runners?
I can't think of anything at the moment, off the top of my head at the moment. How about you?
Oh, we were going to ask Hubb about why he skipped the dark maze at the beginning of Pod.
Pod, yes.
Oh, okay. So I skipped the Dark Mason pod.
You went to Helmasaur first.
Yeah, because it feels like it was longer to do so, and I was like, you know what? I have the stuff to kill him. I will do that first, come back to the maze, and then just mirror out and then go into Eastern Palace that way. I felt like that was a better route and choice than like doing the Dark Maze first and then looping back around just to finish the rest of the dungeon. Because going in that room is a little bit long, and that was what one of the mentors told me. So I was like, you know what? Let me beat the boss first, and then we go back to it, and then mirror out. I think mirror definitely played a role in that decision, though, because it was like, I have the mirror, I can just leave once I got it.
It's a sound decision, for certain.
So have you guys had Go Mode mitts before, or any of these before, or is this one of your first?
Is actually, I want to say this is actually my first mids Go Mode, but funny enough, this is like the 5th time Spike Cave had my Go Mode item, and I hate it.
It's the first. Well, I've had Mitts as Go Mode before, but that's the first time I've had it with Maya and Ice being locked behind it, so that was pretty great.
Yeah, it is pretty nice.
Oh dear.
I think the thing that got me anticipated like the most kind of anxious is after I got in the minutes, I was like, you know what, because I never did check Totorock to see which medallion was it. So I was just hoping that one of the two that I've gotten, because I went to Hobo for the Quake medallion and see if either of those two was it. And the moment it was it, I was like, yeah, let's do this all the way.
I don't have anything in my notes for sozsozsoz, but Antissim and I did learn from Hubb about hookshotting over to the vanilla big chest in Skullwoods.
Yeah.
That was the first time I'd seen that.
Hookshot's that pot.
It felt like a very linear seed. I felt really, really good up until the Ganon fight. But there you go. You know, getting that big key on the torch, it's just like, all right, this is going to be quick, isn't it?
I got a little jittery when I saw that big key because I ended up mirroring before I collected it. It wasted a bit of time. But yeah, I did. Something that my mentors did tell me is that execution is one thing I need to work on, and it feels like I have sort of did some of the work, but probably not all of it, because otherwise I've probably been finished with this in like 45 or so. I can definitely say this will probably be like the 145 if I didn't die to the rock and actually had Turtle Rock's boss downlocked, because I did end up running out of magic on that one, and I had to just back out because I didn't like have no alternative way to get more magic until I went back and did it the second time around.
Oh wow. Yeah, literally I think like the only mistakes I'm aware I made was on Ganon. I think I had a near perfect run as far as I'm concerned with what I did, but I'm sure my mentor will tell me where else I've gone wrong as well.
You had a really great hammer Mothula, though. That was really impressive.
Yeah, I've been practicing Mothula.
Ooh.
That is not an easy fight to do with a hammer.
Yeah, I did it like yesterday, and I immediately regretted my decision attempting that for practice.
Oh, right. I've got to shoot off. I've got to go and pick somebody up, and my cat is moaning for its dinner. So GG's to Esper, and I'll catch you later.
GG, sozsozsoz. Thank you very much for the run. It
GG.
definitely pushed me to my limit. Thank you very much for that.
All right. Any last thoughts, Hubb? Or
I feel like I have hit I have jumped over a hurdle, but still snagged on like the part of the hurdle with my ankle still. Like I meant it. Like today's goal wasn't really beating my opponent today, but it was actually getting sub 2. It has been lingering over my head for quite a while, and I was feeling very depressed, and like I was doing runs, and no matter what I tried, I ended up like 2 hours or 2 hours and 10 or 2 hours and 20, and I felt it got a little bit frustrating. But then I was like, you know what? No, today's the seed that I'm going to get sub 2. Something tells me it was going to happen, and all the item placement that was lined up, the part of the smart decisions and routing that I have done to get to that point, I feel very proud of that, and I can take this L to heart. This is like a personal victory to me.
I mean, it's not an L just yet. It's a
oh,
tie.
Right, because it's a
2
tie?
seconds. Yeah, 2 seconds is a tie.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
So, I'm not really familiar with the speedrunning timing, so
Yeah,
I'm
so
guessing. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, within 2 seconds to tie. I'm not 100% sure on the rules, whether it's a re-race or something along those lines. But you haven't lost. It's a tie. They're reviewing the times at the moment. They'll basically administrate and make sure everything's all good. But if it is declared finally a tie, then you may have more racing to do this week.
Oh boy. Oh my goodness.
So,
I don't think I'm ready yet. I still need to like lay down because that kind of took the mental energy out of me. Playing out of my mind for that one. But
and play out of your mind, you did.
You know what? If it comes to that, I'll be ready. I will be ready for it.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I did think of one more question for you, Hubb.
Yes?
I can't. Shoot. Slipped my mind. Oh yeah, so before you were heading into Turtle Rock, you were out of magic. Is there any reason you didn't run over to the Sewer Bunny Cave to pick up magic instead of using the blue potion?
You know what? It didn't cross my mind to do Super Bunny Cave at all. I just immediately went to Turtle Rock.
Okay,
and that was because I was like, I feel like I was a little not only pressed for time, but I actually was like super anxious in trying to nail the sub 2. And I think that was like probably the problem. If I definitely did Super Bunny Cave, I probably would have been in a good standing to be able to not redo the Turtle Rock fight the way I did before, the way I have done. Granted, thinking about it now, there was still a lot of too close for comfort fights. I want to say Pod was too close for comfort because I ended up with like 1 heart against what's his name? Tomasaur, and I still managed to like clutch it out through there, and I felt like I need to clean that up.
Antissim and I were at the edge of our seats for that Helmasaur fight.
Oh.
I always tend to call him Bane, and it's just because no one really cared who he was until he put on that mask.
Nice.
Any final thoughts from you, Hubb?
Well, I'm just kind of glad I got the time that I gotten. And if I can, I'm pretty sure a lot of other people is watching, like interested in speedrunning. If a 34-year-old man can get a sub 2 time in a randomizer, anyone else can. It is no gatekeeping for speedrunning Legends of the Link to the Past randomizer. It is all practice, and even though I started like a few months ago, I'm already up to the point where I'm like now doing competent and consistent things and getting good times like right now.
Yeah, it's a very open community. It's very open to who can come in. It's really, you learn the game, anybody can play. It's really awesome. Well, thanks, Hub, for putting on this great race for us.
Thank you very much. Also, I'd like to thank all the mentors that mentored me during the past 2 weeks as well. For the last two races, I think. But yeah, they had been like key point in getting me this time today. So I would like to thank them very much for that.
Yep.
I'd like to take time to thank you, Hubb, and also sozsozsoz, if he comes back and listens to this, for putting on an excellent show.
You're welcome. I'm glad I was able to do as great as I done like for this run. Like all the other 2 runs, I was a little bit of floundering in near there, but that was just me trying to get my wings out.
You gotta fall before you can fly.
Right.
Now just make sure you fall with style when you do.
I'm not sure about that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit a branch along the way on my fall. I'm pretty sure.
Oh no. Well, anyways, give a follow to also Zeke, my co-com, who's been awesome especially for his first race. He did an amazing job. And also follow to our amazing tracker, SpamMusubi, keeping us on track, making sure we knew what was where and who had what. And also our great Restreamer, who does a lot of restreams and it's always awesome, SSBMRO. And also special shout out to the Go Mode podcast, who are putting on this amazing tourney for all of us. And go follow them and go listen to the most recent podcast and all the details, which there's a lot of very interesting episodes. I know I listen to it often, so.
Also, make sure to give a follow to my co-com Antissim for keeping this race in order with me. Keeping this race going, keeping you entertained. And if you want to get involved more with the community for GoMo Podcast, come join the Discord. We're always going to help, and you can participate in races with the community. And there's the bi-weekly seed that goes with every episode. So, please come join the Discord. Well, Hubb, good rest of your day.
All right, you too. Take care.